the other skin, the Bodvar Mania skin.
Yeah,
they were
that was
really
one,
adamant that he put on the Bodvar Mania skin.
That was one that he was super sticking to hardcore for quite some time, but then he strayed away from that. I think he put on Bodvar Mania for like one game.
Once.
Is one, yeah. And then he went back to that Trucker Bodvar with the full...
It was probably to get him to stop. Like, all right, fine, I'll do it.
I did it. Jeez,
like,
just leave me. I'm
now
trying
let me
to
play my assessment. I'm on stage. I'm in grand finals. Let me play my character.
Calm down in the peanut gallery over there. The real men are playing the game right now. But he goes for this full Trucker Bodvar setup too. Not just the skin itself, but the weapon skins for both the sword and the hammer. And that's not default?
That's
right?
not default colors. I believe that lavender is one of the unlockable colors. On the other side, VipR, I don't think he's on a color, but he is on that Spec Ops skin for the Lucian. I don't think he swaps up the weapons either. For the most part, players don't really swap up their weapons. They kind of just go with the skin.
That's the blasters that come with Spec Ops Lucian?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know a lot of blasters. I know Cupcake Cassidy's blasters because they're cupcakes.
Because it's deagles that are just jutting through a cupcake.
Just shoved in a cupcake. That's about my knowledge of blasters, unfortunately. But we are going to get right on into this one. Little Cap, first one to get close to the weapon, but VipR was able to pick it up as Little Cap was trying to go for that early aggressive start. He went for that recovery if VipR went for the weapon pickup, but VipR went for a more neutral start, waited out Little Cap's options, and then picked up the spawn weapon.
Missed the deal into the sider down. That was like the fastest movement down after that I think I've ever seen from any Blasters player. He just had to be so quick with that. You're seeing the X-Pivot Dare coming out from VipR, showing so much tech in this game so far. How is he moving this fast? Like, I legitimately don't believe that he's moving this fast.
He is on Lucian, which is one of the fastest characters in the game, but he has turned that speed. He probably put into the speed stat how fast he's going right now, going from 7 speed up to like 20. VipR is building so much damage on top of Little Cap.
He's got to have one of those modding controllers like the edgy Call of Duty kids.
He's got the turbo button.
Yeah. My gosh, coming out like lightning so far. It looks like he has the possibility to get the kill. He goes for the side air instead of the neutral air there. He wanted the higher spiking properties, wanted to cover all of that wall. He expected Lil Cap to go more into the wall rather than staying as deep as he did in the push-off column. Big side air, just completely bouncing Lil Cap's face off the angle of that wall. It almost looked like he was high enough to go for the flat side of the wall, which wouldn't have led for the kill. I don't think VipR would have even been in the spot to try and pick up the recovery off of the ricochet. So the placement there was perfect for VipR to pick up that side air kill.
Yeah, just
like that, that's the ricochet.
That ricochet happened for Lil Cap. Unfortunately, it means VipR is going to be holding on to the stock. Lil Cap has to start looking for that kill option. He doesn't really go for a lot of that downlight into the recovery. Instead, he kind of just throws out the signature that he wants. He had a side signature that connected onto VipR a second ago. Now he's looking for the hammer for the option. It's going to be the stomp side air if he can get that initiation. So
many spot dodges coming out from Lil Cap. I think he probably spot dodges more than any other player. A lot of times, he just wants to find the perfect punish opportunity. So by spot dodging, you get the iframes. You can also follow up with an aerial attack after that. Oh my gosh. Dude, the ricochet so far from both of these players.
Oh my
Holy crap! That was so fast.
He was building up the damage on the recoveries. I was surprised he wasn't following up off that bounce off the stage. Instead, he would hit the recovery and then just hang out, wait for VipR to do something, wait around, hit another recovery, finally recognizing that VipR has a lot of damage on him for that nair to kill.
But in all that time, even though VipR was sent to the sky very, very quickly, all of that time that it took Lil Cap to build that damage up, VipR was building up damage on him as well. Beautiful side signature all the way over the edge. Wonderful coming out from VipR. He has a full stock lead here, keeping this very fast train, this bullet train, rolling.
That is one of the things about this map that players can utilize is that right island is very close to that right kill box. VipR was able to slide charge to the right off of it and just get so close. Lil Cap avoids the ground pound. Like you were saying, VipR a little bit more willing to throw at those blasters ground pounds than, say, the boomies of the Lucian world.
Dude, VipR is looking unreal right now. There's the stomp sidelight coming out from Lil Cap. He does pick up the dare as well. He's looking to juggle a little bit with the nair. Ooh, not going to be able to punish with that, even utilizing that high movement speed that Lucian has, even with the dash to get across. He was just too far away when Lil Cap threw out that side signature. And I think Lil Cap is a player that will throw outside signatures when his opponent is really far away because he wants his opponent to try to attempt the punish so that he can follow up with the neutral lights, with the down lights, with the immediate attack or something like that.
Lil Cap kind of just throws out some attacks just to do it, and it works out in a lot of situations.
Ooh.
That time, though, he does get beat out. He went for the gravity cancel downlight, and the nair from VipR was just high enough, got the priority to beat out the downlight, and so, unfortunately, for Lil Cap, he is going to fall, and he's going to immediately
Yeah, y'all heard it
Hattori.
at home. You heard the Hattori pick coming in. It is going to be that green Hattori coming out from Lil Cap.
What's the map pick gonna be? Immediately we see Twilight is gone. VipR trying to decide between two. It is gonna be Great Hall. Great Hall is an interesting map. Lots of soft platforms on it, and it tends to funnel players more towards that center stage, that main platform. If Lil Cap decides to go for those soft platforms, we could see VipR, who is very adept at using dash, jump, pivot, nairs on the blasters, punishing Lil Cap for being on them.
Oh, beautiful
Starting off
blasters
big.
opening
Starting
coming
off
out
big.
from VipR. He is just putting on a clinic on how to play very quick tech chase heavy blasters. Nice side air there from him. Tried to follow it up with a second one. Tries to follow it up with a down signature to cover the approach from below from Lil Cap when VipR chose to go high.
Lil Cap trying to get underneath VipR with that downlight, throws away the spear, and VipR is going to deny the weapon, throws away the blasters to pick up the guitars. Going to try to keep this pressure going on top of Lil Cap. Has the downlight, but didn't get the dodge read. Lil Cap was able to get low enough to avoid that recovery option. Don't think it's going to kill. Yeah, not quite enough damage built up on Lil Cap just yet. Recovery is pretty high, but VipR is very undamaged.
Now the kill ceiling on Great Hall is going to be extremely high. You see a perfect example of that there. That recovery would have killed on definitely a few other stages, but on Great Hall you're going to have to build up quite a bit of damage. Definitely a low force character like Lucian coming out is going to have to probably rely on a lot of signatures to kill or build up so much damage. VipR's attempting to do that though, but the D-Light recovery again, not going to kill. You possibly might see longer games than average here on the stage because those kill boxes are so high and so far to the left and right. The backside of that recovery picking up, and that's going to take Lil Cap off the top.
But VipR is quite damaged. If Lil Cap can get that unarmed side heavy, you saw him throw out one already. If he can get that unarmed side heavy, will be a kill option. He's going for ground pounds, but VipR with the juggle, the recoveries, the down sig connects, the down air connects, and VipR, is he going to get turned around? Nope. He's still living pretty. Ends up building so much damage on the Lil Cap's second stock in less than 10 seconds.
Something that was very smart from Lil Cap there, though, is he didn't panic jump whatsoever. He took a lot of hits in the process, but per hit, Katars are not going to have that much damage. So he did take quite a bit of damage very quickly, but it could have been a lot worse. If he would have gone for the panic jump to try and get away from everything, he would have been caught in the middle of his movement options. Every time he got hit, he was basically getting a jump back there, and by not expending one in the process, he didn't only have one jump by the end of it. He didn't use all of his in-air movement options, so he could still get back, and he's still even in stocks right now, even though he's behind on damage.
Lots of damage, though, is on Lil Cap. The side air comes out. Edgeguard opportunity. VipR does get the down air, but Lil Cap did reset his jumps. He got to the wall, got back all his jumps and recoveries, so he is able to make it back up safely. VipR is still going in unarmed on Lil Cap, wants to finish this stock off. Lil Cap with a punish opportunity goes for the double downlight, knows he has to even up his damage, so he goes for the slightly riskier play with the double downlight.
VipR has these guns, though. It's going to be that side air. Does have a little bit more strength on it now than it used to. One of the buffs that guns have gotten here recently, one of the reasons that Boomy himself, one of the few players who really put out those official tier lists on weapons based on his opinions, that's one of the reasons he and a lot of other blaster players are really liking that blaster side airs.
Edgeguard opportunity for Lil Cap. Instead, he's going to be sitting on main stage waiting for VipR to come back up. Was trying to punish VipR coming over the corner, but VipR with a really good dodge got around all of it. Lil Cap does deny one of the weapon spawns, but another one spawns immediately on the right side. Lil Cap denies that one as well. He's going to be picking up this sword again.
Oh.
VipR unconcerned with weapons.
Oh,
down air, and Lil Cap is done. VipR with 2 games over Lil Cap, 2 stocks in game 2 as well, and Lil Cap forced back to the mode bar.
Now, even though we saw VipR go off stage unarmed before, it seemed like he was just going to maintain that corner stage control and just see what Lil Cap was going to do, if he was going to recover right over the side of the stage, if he was going to go high. But VipR was just completely using that as a false bait. He was sitting there saying, yeah, sure, man. Just come up a little in that corner. I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to react to what you do. And then he went over with that beautiful edge guard, forcing Lil Cap to switch the skin.
That's an interesting skin. He also switched up the weapon.
This is a double change up for Lil Cap.
He's keeping it going, changes up the colors, everything. This is a whole new Bode bar coming out from Lil Cap, but this Bode bar, will it be enough to win Lil Cap 3 games in a row? Because that is what it takes to earn Lil Cap that top 4 placement, earn that matchup against Noel in the loser's semis.
I mean, it might be. You're seeing him come in with this black color scheme, so he is going full edge, try-hard mode right now, and he's also using the best Bode bar skin.
It's the Goth Nutcracker.
Absolutely, the Goth Nutcracker. I love that.
VipR, though, staying on the corner. VipR's built up quite a bit of damage onto Lil Cap with these blasters. VipR's so good at getting his damage. Throws out the down signature as Lil Cap makes the approach, sends Lil Cap flying, but not enough damage on Lil Cap to go for that kill option. Nice pickup with the unarmed over to the sword. Can't get the side signature, but he's still getting this damage, evening it up between the two of them.
Throwing away that weapon, trying to keep VipR weapon starved, over spacing that side heavy. VipR thought he was going to be able to cover a little bit more ground, and that actually really would have been a sick option if he would have had the spacing for it. But a great punish by Lil Cap. The weapon toss going right under VipR. He's been without a weapon for so long, but you already saw in the previous games, there were times when he was choosing to go without a weapon.
Being unarmed.
Even when there were weapon spawns on stage that Lil Cap wasn't guarding, he was like, yeah, I'm going to take you off stage unarmed. I can find great priority off stage with my spacing, with my timing. It is going to be a D-Light recovery coming out from Lil Cap to keep this even, but he's going to have to find just a little bit more. He's just a little bit, a frog's hair behind VipR at this moment, but he is definitely down 2 games.
VipR is back to the blasters. Lil Cap with the patience waits out the options from VipR. Did get inside, but he couldn't get a big follow-up off the initial hit off that side light. He is starting to find those hammer follow-ups. This time he goes in, tries to catch VipR, tries to punish that down light, but VipR is ready, covers himself. Ooh. Side sig. VipR's still got movement though. Second recovery will get him that wall touch.
Almost tries to come in with the side light, but the neutral light from VipR is going to have a lot of active frames there. It's going to have quite a bit of range too, even though there's a dead zone in the middle. Lil Cap, I don't think he expected maybe that down light to pick up, so he wasn't ready with the side air or anything like that. Also, VipR was just like a little bit below the soft platform there, so he went for the dare option. Now Lil Cap is in the lead. He has VipR definitely in kill percent. Now that he has that hammer, VipR has to be very careful of those side airs. He's going to eat one in the face, going to take the fall there, and Lil Cap is in the lead.
Juggling again, trying to get these weapon denials, but VipR has shown that he is completely comfortable without a weapon. He's got the blasters in hand though. He's going to be looking for that kill option. A little bit of damage for Lil Cap onto VipR. He has to widen this lead as much as possible before he loses this stock, as he is so close to losing the second stock, and that would put him onto that tournament stock, on that tournament point.
And you see Lil Cap looking to build up this damage as quick as he possibly can. You saw him go for the D-Light dare, then he faded back. He was probably looking for the reset so he could pick up another downlight and continue that string potential. Oh,
nice.
Punishes are so clean.
Neutral sig. VipR does finish off the stock, puts him on the final stocks here in game 3, but VipR has 2 games up on the Lil Cap. Good movement from Lil Cap around VipR. He's got the hammer, he's got the side air, but VipR gets above the weapon toss, and now Lil Cap again on the edge guard against VipR.
Every set we've seen today has been a 3-0 one way or the other, except for Wrenched versus Noel. Lil Cap is trying to do his best to make that also not happen here. He wants to at least get this victory so he can stay alive on the loser's bracket side of this tournament. He's staring down a very big gun right now that VipR is pointing straight at him.
He has to respect those side airs from VipR. VipR just doing such a good job of poking over the corner with the side airs. Lil Cap with the sword side air goes for the weapon toss. VipR gets above it. VipR gets around the recovery. Lil Cap is so close to finishing this stock off. The hammer toss is not enough. It doesn't have enough momentum to build up the force to finish off the stock of VipR. The neutral light sends
that almost
VipR
sent him off screen. He was about to go all the way off screen off of that unarmed neutral light. The weapon toss going down. Lil Cap trying to maintain the stage control here. Each weapon that is spawning, he's throwing it away, trying to put out a little bit of pressure on VipR on the edge. He has VipR's dodge, but by the time there is any initiation, it's probably going to come back up the neutral air. Doesn't quite have enough strength on it to kill.
Lil Cap respects the ground pound attempt from VipR, backs up, throws out the side light, hits the side air, and Lil Cap holds on.
Sigh of relief coming out from Lil Cap there, keeping himself alive on the loser's bracket.
Yo, don't change up the skin. He's going off the Goth Nutcracker, and he's going back to Big Rig Bode bar.
Lilcapt has to be feeling pretty good about that, but even with the victory, that was an extremely close game towards the end. Lilcapt had quite a bit of a lead going into that final stock on VipR, but VipR was able to even it up so quickly, so efficiently with his blaster's options. Maybe not putting out the damage as fast as he was earlier, but he was able to put it out safely, and that's truly what matters. It doesn't matter if it takes 3 minutes to take your opponent into kill percent. If you take no damage during that time, you're able to put out that damage very safely and risk very little. But talk about this stage pick here.
Yeah, so this is a small Enigma, very similar to Great Hall in the fact that it has those 3 soft platforms, but it changes it up a little bit. That top small platform is a little bit smaller, doesn't quite cover all the way to the left and right. Soft platforms, the other left and right soft platforms are also a little bit more closer. It does still have that same property of kind of forcing players insular more towards that main stage. And it also has a slightly smaller kill box. You'll see some of those vertical kill options happen a little bit more similar to other maps.
You're seeing VipR really trying to maintain stage control here, put himself right in the middle. He wants those soft platforms to funnel Lilcapt towards the middle, over to where he is, over to where he has stage control.
There.
He's trying to also keep himself as far away from the kill box as far as possible, but the second that he loses stage control, he is forced over onto the edge by Lilcapt, and that on-stage edge guard from Lilcapt is able to take away the first stock. Quite a bit of a lead here coming out from Lilcapt, unless VipR is able to find a signature.
He almost got the finisher there with the unarmed, the downlight into the recovery, but this is an opportunity. VipR can't get the nair. One nair sends Lilcapt up. Lilcapt still getting these wall touches. The Sair will have the force behind it to slap away Lilcapt, completely resetting these stocks.
Yeah, dead even game at this point. VipR took no damage on his second stock towards the end of that, even after he died. Nice punish there from VipR, going for the D-Light into the down air. Wanted to find a longer string rather than just the D-Light into the side light or a D-Light into the side air, depending on Lilcapt's health at that time.
I do like the attempt from Lilcapt there with that bear read. If VipR had dodged back and up, would have caught him in most of the back dodge options.
Yes.
But VipR very smartly stayed in position, waited out that punish opportunity, and because it was a heavy attack, because it was a signature from Lilcapt, lots of punish window on the back end of it.
Same thing there when Lilcapt threw out that side signature. VipR was able to get up over around. Once the active frames were done on that side signature, VipR found a wonderful punish, and I think Lilcapt is just ahead by a frog's hair at this point, by the skin of his teeth.
It is very close, but we could see Lilcapt. He had a solid offstage play in just another stock. VipR burned a lot. Yeah, he did burn his dodge, but Lilcapt not capitalizing. Can he get the weapon toss? You know he's going to be looking for it. Dodges up, but VipR catches him with that recovery. Both of them so close to death. Neutral light.
And that's the neutral light as the defensive tool, like you were talking about earlier. He whiffed the down light, so he immediately goes for the neutral light. And that's how much damage that VipR had on that stock, and also how close those kill boxes are on the left and the right side. Not as close as a small Brawlhaven, but still pretty close that a neutral light is the kill option there. And he's going to bounce off the wall, like we said earlier, will not reset the jumps.
Lilcapt was trying to widen that gap. He even went for the neutral light to protect himself, but VipR found the prioritization with the unarmed side heavy, got inside of it, and got the hit onto Lilcapt. Lilcapt waiting for the opportunity to pick up that hammer. Has the hammer in hand, is going to be swapping over to the sword. A little bit safer, a little bit less recovery time on those sword attacks, so he's going to be trying to just keep this weapon juggle going, but he's over to the hammer now. VipR still playing the unarmed against Lilcapt.
Now, Lilcapt, you saw him just use the Bodvar down sword right over the corner of the edge. That's one of the first times we've seen him use that, when that's been a very popular choice for him in the past. He's utilizing it just like he's using the Bodvar hammer side signature to just kind of do it right over that corner, maybe hit VipR right as he peeks over the edge, but VipR is contesting him on the main platform right now, putting out double neutral airs, bringing some serious damage. Evening up, stop side air is going to get the kill. We're going to game 5.
Lilcapt, is he going to get the run back? He played Bodvar game 1, he played Hattori game 2, and then he was like, no, I'm going to go back to the comfort pick, goes back to the Bodvar, and he is on the cusp of going 3 games in a row. Like we talked about at the beginning of this top 8, it is so possible. That's why we go to the best of 5.
This is the first game 5 situation that we've seen
from our players
all day today. And it seems like this switch up from Lilcapt over to the Hattori, then back to the Bodvar, it's throwing VipR for a loop. And I don't see Agzo there in the background, so it might be throwing him for a loop as well. Lilcapt might have the solution that he needs. You said it was going to be tough to win those 3 games in a row, and You said yo, and I'm going to let you explain
I would
why
not
you
have
said
called
yo.
this pick from VipR.
Yeah.
The Bodvar mirror match from VipR. I guess he recognized that Little Cap has the adjustment. He's downloaded this Bodvar, or sorry, downloaded the Lucian from VipR. Now VipR swapping it up. I didn't know he had the Bodvar in his pool. I know he has a Jala. I know he has a Ragnir, but a Bodvar pick? That is something different that we're seeing from VipR.
I'm trying to look at just a little bit of history to see if he's played this at all this year in tournament for my records. And I don't think he really has too much. That's something that I love about online tournaments is they play with their player accounts, so we would know what level experience he has with Bodvar. Whether it's a level 20, he's using the default skin, so that's kind of the most BM way to play against someone is using the default skin and default colors. Beautiful down signature,
Top end of the down
spiking right over the edge. Even though Lil Cap was going a little bit high over the corner, he wasn't just peeking right over, he's going a little bit high. It does have that sort of upward swipe that crossed Lil Cap's hurt box, sent him down below. VipR with a big old lead.
VipR's got a huge lead after this swap to the but the slide charge side signature from Little Cap evens it up immediately. We are going back and forth. This is quite the game 5 between the two of them. They are so close to evenly matched, and they're playing the same characters to go with it.
And y'all didn't get to see it at home, but I happened to catch it out of the corner of my eye. When Lil Cap picked up that side signature, he pursed his lips and nodded his head like, yeah, let's go. You want to play my boy? Let's do it.
I'll
But
show you this character.
He is still behind at this point. He's about to be in the kill percent. If VipR picks up a down signature again, that signature utilized on the corner or in an edge guard situation has insane spiking ability. Nice dare. It's going to send Lil Cap really, really high. Not quite into the blast zone yet, but it's going to be off screen. You saw VipR try to fish for the nair afterwards. He was looking for the juggle, and Lil Cap doing a great job of evening this up, even though he was behind.
He's just poking away at VipR with his stop sign. He's getting 1 or 2 chunking hits and then backing up, resetting for the neutral. And there you see again, he throws out the side light and then he resets, throws out the stomp, waits a little bit. That time he hits the stomp and he still waits. He's just playing this game of just chipping away at VipR's second stock.
Side light coming out from Lil Cap. Another side light. There's the weapon toss on the edge. He's going to go back to the platform. Are we going to see a side signature? GC Insig coming out from VipR, but Lil Cap was too far from the edge. He's overspacing it. What is Lil Cap doing? He doesn't go for the auto combo stomp into side air. That's been one of his most favored kill options throughout his entire career. He's going to give VipR that dare and the lead.
He had the stomp. He had the setup. That is the pinnacle. That was the opportunity for the side air for the kill to take the lead over VipR. He even just there had the downlight to set up for the recovery. He finally gets the recovery. And he's just, you know what? He's playing the storyline. He's playing the game of, you know what? I'm going to make this as tense as possible in Game 5 final stocks against the last hope of EU.
You're seeing VipR go very deep on the edge. He was chasing Lil Cap down there. There's a nice dare. He's keeping Lil Cap relegated to that shenanigan zone right in the middle. Lil Cap's going to escape, go back onto the main platform. Pretty much dead even between these two players. VipR has just a little bit of a lead. It's that scary hammer from Lil Cap. He's able to find the side light, but nothing else. Stomp into the down air, going to send VipR high. Juggling with these nairs.
Looking for the down air, but VipR was able to spot dodge through it. There's another stomp. This time, he uses the inside of the shenanigans, and the weapon worked! Little Cap just stopped the EU dream! Little Cap just got 3 games in a row after swapping back to Bodvar in the wonkiest way. What were those follow-ups? But they worked!
What was he doing?
It worked!
How did he make that happen?
Big ol' smile on Lil Cap's face.